Hello, guys, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. So, I'm going to share with you this message that I received via WhatsApp, then it was translated into English. The message reads like this: Hello, my brother, can you please post for me as hidden identity? I did a blood money ritual, and my wife's dead body is in my garage. Even though my wife has been dead for 10 years, but her dead body is still fresh as if she died today. My brother, I am looking for help. I have been to many churches. I have been to prophets, but no help is coming forth. As a married man, I really had a good relationship with my late wife, even though we were poor, but we were okay with our situation. But unfortunately, my wife passed away 10 years ago. She had diabetes, and then God called her home. When my wife passed away, I remarried because of poverty. At that time, I was a truck driver. Then there was this other guy whom I made friends with. Then on our trip to Tanzania, he told me that in Tanzania, he knew someone who could offer me help. We went there and I was given some herbs. I came back home with the instructions that I was supposed to sleep with my wife on my late wife's grave. This I had to do for the herbs to work and for me to be rich. Coming back, it was not easy to tell my wife that we had to go on my late wife's grave and sleep together on her grave. I took my wife and I dragged her, and we slept together on my late wife's grave. After that, I called the man who had promised me riches and wealth. He then said that I should buy a walking stick and a hunter's knife, and I was supposed to stab my late wife's grave with that hunter's knife, and her dead body will come out of the grave. I was told that if this happened, I should then carry the dead body that belonged to my late wife back to my house and keep it in a room that no one else will be allowed to enter. All of this, I was supposed to do it around 1 a.m. After I had done the ritual, I then took the dead body and I placed it inside an unused garage that I have at my house. The way I did it is that I stabbed my late wife's grave. Then, with the hunter's knife, I acted as if I was slicing the grave in half. I did this from the top to the bottom. After I had done this, I placed the walking stick on top of the grave. After I had done that, the corpse of my dead wife came out of the grave. I wanted to run away when I saw the dead body, but I told myself that I needed money, so I had to be brave. What surprised me is that even though my wife had been dead for 10 years, but she came out of her grave as if she had been buried the previous day. I carried the dead body. With my walking stick, I then struck the open grave. Then it closed itself. I then placed the dead body of my late wife inside the garage, and that man who had been giving me this instruction, he then told me that I should start sleeping with that dead body. The way that I was supposed to do it is that I was supposed to place the hunter's knife near the head of the dead body and the walking stick at the feet of the dead body. Then the hunter's knife and the walking stick, I was supposed to keep it in a safe place but outside of the house. So I thought that the best place to do this was the roof. I slept with the dead body of my late wife and it felt as if she was still alive. After doing this, I went on top of the roof and I left the walking stick and the hunter's knife there. The time when I finished to do this ritual, it was around 4 a.m., but no one saw me or even heard me. I woke up the next morning and I drove to my wife's grave to check her grave if there were any suspicious signs, but her grave was okay. Now at night, there are days when I sleep with my wife's dead body as if I have two wives. Some years ago, my sons bought me a satellite dish. Upon installation, I had forgotten that I had things on top of the roof that were not supposed to be touched. The installation started, and when my sons found my things on top of the roof, they fell from the roof and they were so sick. My wife also had forgotten about this. She called the pastor He came and he asked me to confess, but I denied. I said that there is nothing wrong that I had done. Now, each and every night, my dead wife demands that I sleep with her, and sometimes my current wife wakes me up saying that I was acting as if I was on top of a woman. I have tried to find a solution, but I was told that I have to confess, and then my dead wife has to be buried again, and I have to confess all that I did to her relatives. That, my brother, I can't do. I can't confess all that I did. So guys, that was a message that I received I think 30 minutes ago. Then it was translated into English. Such a scary story. I'll be back with more episodes.